Listener discretion is advised. And now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation. And here he is, Michael Savage.
Yeah, let's get excited. It's Thanksgiving time. The president's hiding. There's a purge in the military. It's 7 days in May in reverse. Only it's really 7 days in November. 4 to 6 of your top generals have been purged from the military, including an African-American head of the Central Africa Command, name of Ward, not one picture in any newspaper. Have a nice Thanksgiving. So let me begin with a stupid joke that I thought was funny. Maybe it'll give you a kick. And then we'll take your calls here at 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282 on the Savage Nation. It came from my friend Peter P. of North Beach, San Francisco. It's cute, it's funny, it's family-oriented. You don't have to put cotton in your kids' ears. A newlywed couple moves into their new house. One day the husband comes home from work, and his wife says, honey, you know, in the upstairs bathroom, one of the pipes is leaking. Could you fix it? The husband says, what do I look like, Mr. Plumber? A few days go by, and he comes home from work, and his wife says, honey, the car won't start. I think it needs a new battery. Could you change it for me? He says, what do I look like, Mr. Goodwrench? Another few days go by, and it's raining really badly. The wife finds a leak in the roof. She says, honey, there's a leak on the roof. Can you please fix it? He says, what do I look like, Bob Villa? The next day, the husband comes home, and the roof is fixed. So is the plumbing. So is the car. He asks his wife, what happened? Oh, I had a handyman come in and fix them, she says. Great. How much is that going to cost me, he snarls. Wife says, nothing. He said he'd do it for free if I either baked him a cake or slept with him. Well, what kind of cake did you make? Asks the husband. What do I look like? She says, Betty Crocker? I'm sorry. I got a kick out of it. Now, you see, here's the thing about the show. Since the illegitimate Bolsheviks who have stolen the election are saying that the only people who are conservatives, the only people who listen to talk radio are basically old white males. And since this is my audience, mainly old white males, this is leading to the next story. It's a department store story. Today I went to buy a pair of pants in a department store with an associate of mine. And as the clerk was wrapping up my pants, I asked him afterwards, how old do you think she is as we left? Because she was an attractive Asian woman. And I said, I don't know. He said in her 50s. I said, are you kidding? She looks like she's in her 30s. So it led us as older males to talk about this. Women of which nationality age the best? Women of which nationality age the best? Which women are the slowest or look youngest the longest? Now, since we have been marginalized by the illegitimate Bolsheviks in the media as being only old white males, this is a topic that we're allowed to talk about. Women of which nationality age the best? Now, conversely, I have 25 women who listen to the Savage Nation. Of the vast audience I have on the 160 stations, I have approximately 16 women who listen to the show. So I will ask the 16 conservative women who like to enter the old white males club, in your opinion, which nationality of men age the best or remain the most youthful? It would be nice if I got a call on this, and you can call me at 855-400-SAVAGE. If I get a call, let's say, before the hour is out, that would be miraculous. One of these days I'll be able to get calls up right away, but that's asking for a miracle. So since we have no calls on this subject, no doubt you're calling about UFOs or something, we now move to the shtick that I've been doing for the last week, which is the newspaper shtick. Since that's something that most of you don't do anymore, which is read newspapers. They've gone bankrupt selling their garbage. But I found that it's actually refreshing to have print ink on my fingers. And since they never mention a scandal or a crime of Obama, there's no chance that I'm going to mention the word Obama during the entire hour, since he's the unmentionable. Since they don't mention that he's purging the military, you'll hear nothing about the purge of the generals in the military. Instead, we'll have a lot of fun reading the liberal newspaper. So let's start with the Old York Times, again with page 1, which I affectionately call Sutra 1, because to the liberal, the newspaper is the Holy Grail. It is their Bible. What the Torah is to the Jew, what the Bible is to the Christian, what the Quran is to the Muslim, the New York Times is to the Bolshevik. So we look at the first page, and it's something about Cuba and how we should drop the embargo against Cuba. So somehow they will not be forced to drive 50s cars any longer and play backgammon or whatever they play over there. Boring. Next, we read, Gaza crisis poses threat to faction favored by U.S. In other words, because the Israelis have decided to live, not to die. Because the Israelis have decided not to go into the boxcars happily this time, the Bolsheviks in the media don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle this. Because to them, the only good Jew is a victimized Jew. Jews who defend themselves and look macho are bad Jews. And so therefore, they're on the side, of course, of the terrorists.